So I had a bit of an odd weekend. Stuff happened that I never thought I'd experience in England. We're out in the garden Saturday evening. My mum's visiting for the weekend. We're having a mini barbecue and we hear this big commotion, all this beeping going on in the road, all this shouting going on. We hear this sort of smash and we hear this big bang that sounded like a car backfiring and the car speeding off, and it was all like hectic drama. Looking over the fence, we speak to the neighbours and they say that the bang was gunshots. They saw someone holding a gun and hitting a car with a machete, and you know, they'd gone now, so Mum and I went to survey the scene. We stood back a little bit, made sure that there wasn't anyone dangerous around, and then we went and approached and asked them if they were okay and if they needed anything, you know, like tea, coffee, medical attention sort of thing. They'd called the police already, so they didn't need help with that. Turned out the bang was definitely gunshots, which, I mean, that's not really anything you ever experience in the UK. There's not really that sort of gun crime around here. The people that shot at were two girls in a car, and I overheard one of them saying something along the lines of, "He can't do that to me anymore, he's got to go to jail." So it did indicate that she knew the person. Armed police arrived eventually, and the area was cornered off. Apparently there were bullet holes in the car, and that they were going to do a raid on one of the end houses as well, so we were all told to go indoors. The news report the next day indicated that they had arrested 2 people. There were originally 3 who were involved with the shooting and hitting, apparently, so they've arrested 2, and they found a replica gun and an airsoft. So I suppose, an Air Force. Now I suppose an Air Force could make the holes, and it could have looked like the gun. I suppose it could have been a gun that housed blanks and made a noise, but it seems a bit odd that there was a conflict there in that story. But the weird thing for me is that I didn't feel any panic at all, especially after finding out what was definitely going on, and that, you know, there's a gunshot on your door. You'd think you'd be scared, but for some reason I wasn't. I mean, logically I noted that there was a concern, and you know, I stood back from the scene and stuff, but I wasn't scared. Ironically, grew up in Croydon. Worst thing that happened was getting into a fight. Moved down to the coast and